Hi guys, let's talk about my fitness journey. I literally just finished working out around a 5k, 20 minutes, 20 seconds, fastest 5k ever. My previous record was 21 minutes, 3 seconds with my shoelaces untied. Long story short, basically, yeah, basically, a girl me and the next day I ran a 5k, bro, crazy, bro. And I was running the 5k, my shoelaces untied, and they untied totally. And I didn't want to pause the 5k run. It kind of ruins the momentum when you start over. When you unpause the setting, you have to readjust and get your body back in the groove again. Anyway, this video, let's see how good the camera looks. I'll just keep this high a little. Yeah, bro. It's been a journey, bro. It started October 2020, sometime in October, maybe late October, mid October, and I noticed this bone on my arm, near my elbow. I noticed it was very, very prominent, And the reason why I noticed all of a sudden that it was prominent was because I used to be fat. I used to be very, very chubby. I used to be a chubby motherfucker, Basically, in my first year of secondary school, basically, I was skinny, and I was just skinny. I didn't even care about my physique, but I was skinny. So I was like 10 years old. To my memory, I became fatter. I added a lot of weight as months went by, and I noticed people literally treated me worse than I obviously was. People just treated me worse. I won't say I got bullied, but I got treated worse. Like, it was a time I was trying to tie my shoelaces, right? And as I was tying my shoelaces, the door behind me opened, and a girl walked in. As I was tying my shoelaces, my ass is literally facing her face, and she was like, what the fuck? And as I was tying my shoelaces and I heard the door open, I immediately went up to look back, and it was just her. Basically, she just saw my whole ass, and I didn't like it, what happened, And then basically, obviously I became aware. It was conscious in my brain. I went to boarding school the following year. I lost a lot of weight. I got skinny. Over 2 years passed by. Then I was skinny, right? Because I went to boarding school. That's when it started. I noticed my physique. I noticed my elbow bone very, very prominent. How I noticed it was because my cousin was very skinny, a cousin of mine, very, very skinny, right, at the time. And this bone, I noticed that this bone was fucking prominent too. So, and he had abs, and at that point forward, I noticed the bone. That same day, that same night, I started doing jumping jacks. I remember doing like 1 to 50 jumping jacks, and then I'll do some push-ups, bro. I remember clearly, bro. I remember like it was yesterday. I couldn't even do the push-ups, bro. I could not do push-ups properly. 10 push-ups, I'll try and do 10. My hands will be like this, to try and, engage the chest. Beginner push-ups now. Hands will be like this, and you're fucking pushing yourself. Then that same day, I remember planking. I tried to plank for 60 seconds. I think it was the same day. I can't remember. But that week, I know I started planking, bro. That was the beginning. I started counting 60 seconds in my head. I will count to 60, plank for 60 seconds in my head. I'll count 1, 2, 3. Then it went on, a few weeks passed by. Then I was like, I have to go harder. Then I tried 100 seconds. And I did it. I think I did 90 seconds, and the next day I did 100 seconds. And then after that, a week passed, some time passed by. I remember I started watching music videos as I was planking, right? I'll listen to some songs that have obviously the timestamps. Let's do the song is like 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I'll plank for that long. 2 minutes, I'll plank for that long. I'll plank for 2 minutes for like a few times, then I'll go higher, 2 minutes 30, then 3 minutes. Then over time, like a year later, I was planking for 4 minutes, something like that. Maybe I think like 10 minutes or something. I'll put some screenshots of, if I can find proof of me saying I was like charts, Discord charts. And now I talk to my friends a lot about planking and all that. Bro, And this is like a lesson, right? Bro, anyone that says that you shouldn't talk about your ambition, you shouldn't talk about your goals, you shouldn't talk about what you do is complete bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. Why? Because when I was planking, I would literally say, guys, I'm about to plank, and I'll plank. And it contradicts anyone that's saying that if you tell your goals, the fucking monitoring spirit will watch your actions, and the monitoring spirit will stop you from achieving your goals. What kind of bullshit is that? So there's a monitoring spirit above me right now, you know? What the fuck, bro? Some bullshit, man. And it's kind of retarded, to be honest. Like you're holding yourself back, you know? And it's kind of scary as well. Imagine having the mentality that a monitoring spirit is watching you every speech. If you tell someone that you want to plank, or if you tell someone you want to get rich, the monitoring spirit will no, just you know, bro. Plank for like 2 years straight, 2020 to 2022, August, September, November, sometime like that. Then I stopped planking. But during the time when I was planking, I ended up going crazy with the planking, bro. At one point, I was actively trying to reach 20 minutes a day planking. I would plank for 20 minutes a day. 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 4 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, you understand? Bro, big man thing, and the reason why was because of a breakup, bro. Breakups are the most powerful thing that can happen to you. It gives you energy, you know, for something. It gives you it reminds you. Let me just think. Okay, basically, you know how you go down, right? When you go down, there's up. When you're up, there's down. So when you're down, there's up. You know, you remind yourself where you are, so you have to go up. Basically. Breakups are really nice. They help you remind yourself who you are. That's bro. You know, it's very good. It's very strong. But don't think that you have to find a girl and break up, and she has to break your heart, and you start fucking training. I don't know. Some people think that shit. That thing is retarded, bro. Think straight, guy. You know, calm down. Just calm down and think straight. Blink your eyes and just remove the bullshit. Just blink once. Open your eyes. The bullshit has been cleared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bro, I started planking a lot. I remember at the time I would plank for 6 minutes in the morning, and in 2 minutes at night, and side plank 2 minutes, making 10 minutes. This was after I started. This was like the first day of school. I remember September something, and then be planking like a motherfucker, bro. And at the same time I was doing that 20-minute planking. This was like that Andrew Tate, when Andrew Tate got famous as fuck. And obviously that same time my girl broke up with me. I started running with my mom. When she would go for a jog outside, I'll follow her and jog throughout the time that she would walk. At the time she would walk and I'll be jogging. I'll be jogging throughout the whole time. It's like an hour of jogging. Slow pace. But I still fucking jogged for an hour still. Yeah. And that concluded my planking around that September 2022. Then I started lifting stool. Like it had this stool. All the stools that you can raise up. No, just a stool, black stool. I would lift it, do 20 reps for 3 sets, and I'll go to shower and go to school. That was when I started actually trying to build muscle. That was ending of 2022. Yeah, that's what I did for that time, for like 2 months, 3 months. Then during December, sometime the Christmas time, obviously I didn't have weights, I didn't have anything, I didn't have my stool, and I was just I didn't do shit that time. I remember I wasn't consciously trying to work out, but it was part of me. And then the next year, we had dumbbells. My mom she bought me and my brother some dumbbells, 6 kilogram dumbbells. That's like 13 pounds, something like that. When I started doing chest, I was still on this table and started doing chest press with 6 kg dumbbells.
Yes. The table is shut out.
Impossible.
Is this how you work training your chest?
Mm-hmm.
No wonder.
Okay. do like 30 reps. Then eventually I switched to bicep curls. I stopped doing the bench. I started doing push-ups instead. I'll do like 20 push-ups in the morning, 20 push-ups at night, maybe 100 push-ups in the day, 25, do 100 push-ups. And then I'll do bicep curls. I'll do like 100 reps straight. I'll push even past 100 reps. It's like 2023, the following year, after I stopped planking. It's 2023. Bro, I'll be obliterating my biceps, bro. I think it was like January, February, March, April. Bicep curls. I remember I went from like 50, 40 reps to 60 reps, then 75 reps, then 90 reps, then 100 reps. Like days passed by. I'd have rest day. I don't think I even had a rest day. I can't remember this. I remember faintly watching videos and saying that you have to rest your muscles. Yeah, and I remember this, right? I would train my bicep curls 100 reps and I would take a rest day. And I want to feel harder the following, workout day to do 100 reps. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? And I remember I would do skull crushers, 100 reps, 6 kg, 3 kg each arm, 100 reps, skull crushers. Or, yeah. Bro, big man thing, bro. And I remember I started doing last raises with 6 kg. Then I was like, my brother Uchi started working out very, very consistently. He transformed crazy, bro. But no one even noticed. Basically, he got cloth and tied the dumbbells together. And then he started doing horizontal rows. Because of the dumbbell broke, like the fucking iron on cement that they used to make the dumbbell, it broke in half because my brother Kosi was fucking around, and he broke it, yeah. So my mom didn't take it with us. She intentionally left it and was pissed off. I was angry, and then over time, and my friends, them too, were started working out a lot, and they were posting. They'll be typing in the chat talking about how their physique is better than mine, and I'll get pissed off. I remember like a few days after I moved, laptop bags. You guys know laptop bags. You know what laptop bag is, right? Let me check if I can find them. Just like this, bro. You guys can see these zips, fucking zips in the laptop bags that are fucking departed, because of, except for this one here, because of putting stuff in books, and we literally weigh the laptop bag, and we'll just start coiling the bags, bro. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah, basically we weigh the laptop bags, and then I will lift it. I'll do bicep curls, the same regimens, bro. And I'll do skull crushers. Basically, I watched some videos on progressive overload and all that shit. And then I was like, yeah, I need to get strong. I need to increase the weight, And then yeah, some months passed. I did this consistently. I'll do 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, the same thing. Then rest day, do it again. This is what I did. What I did. Bro, I remember it's kind of things. 2023. Remember I started watching a lot of Hamza at the time. Just because it's motivating and all that. And I remember I started doing dips. I actually started training dips. 2 chairs. I do dips on them. Because of the guy, his name is can't say his name. M. This guy was jacked as well. Fuck at the time. Yo, it was huge. And that's when I just started getting momentum. I started getting my groove, Everyone at that point in time was just getting good. Their physique was just improving. Before, when I started working out, a year passed and they started working out, and then I switched to lifting weights around the same time as them. And when I started using my laptop bags, they started looking very, very good. And it motivated the shit out of me, bro. I remember my friend, he would do a push-up with someone on his back, and I wouldn't be able to do it. And he'd be like, Pascal, you couldn't even do push-ups with him on your back. What the fuck? After I'll be like, yeah, guy, I'm just exhausted, But it was sting in my chest. There's this guy, his name is N. He's the fucking motherfucker, Bro, I don't even know how he did, and he'll do it with bad form, right? But he still did it, There's nothing I can say because I couldn't even do it with my shit form. Regardless, I wouldn't be spamming one arm push up, and I wouldn't be able to do one arm push up. Shit, bro. About how it felt watching, typing on YouTube how to do one arm push up. One arm push up tutorial. Look for the shortest video. You have to position your legs wide for balance and fucking move your body simultaneously with your torso, so that you have the best balance for your arm, one arm or some shit. It's in like a community of people that are personal to you, that you actually like, you know. Even if you guys are not even on a high level, just grow together, you know. You guys can never be in the same position. Someone's always lower, someone's always higher. Someone will always catch up to you, and then you get pissed off and you catch up, or you slacking and the person will be catching up to you, and you know, fucking boost yourself up, you know. The reason why people give up, the reasons why people give up is because they don't talk about what they do. You know, you're too much of a coward, you know. You're too shy. Or there are exceptions. Someone I know, this fucking guy didn't tell anyone that he was training or exercising. He was fat as shit. No one likes his ass, bro. No one liked him. And then he came back sometime and started doing fucking elbow levels, bro. Yo, he would do elbow levels, he would do push-ups, and his biceps would be huge, you know. Yo, he would do dips. He would almost do a handstand push-up. He would be like hovering in the air with his two hands, fucking. Yo, yeah. Then they started lifting, started doing dips, started doing pull-ups. But I remember pull-ups are very, very hard. I didn't even try that much with pull-ups, man. But eventually I got very good at pull-ups. Because I started doing calisthenics, I started doing weighted calisthenics. And I realized that, bro, you need money, man, to do this calisthenics shit. You need to buy all these bars and shit. You need to eat well. You need to recover. And I was tall. No excuses, but bro, I'm tall and I want to look good fast. I don't just want to look good, honestly. I want to look good. And calisthenics wasn't doing it for me, bro, at all. I got good at the movements, I got good at doing dips. I could do some front levers. I could do some L-sits. Maybe not. This is a whole new saga I'm about to go to. But before I go to the saga, calisthenics is only good if you're actually determined. If you're ready to not look good for like 2 years, if you're ready to not look good for 2 years, and let's say you're starting out, everyone that starts out, they talk about some calisthenics, I'm doing calisthenics, and their physique is absolutely shit. They think their physique is not bad. You know, they say, I'm proud of my biceps, I'm good with how I look, you know. Their physique is shit. Everyone wants to look good, man. What are you talking about? And calisthenics wasn't doing that shit for me, you know. I would do pull-ups, but my lats. Like calisthenics is like street lifting, particularly. You attach weights to your body and then you lift, you track it. Obviously, you have to be determined with calisthenics if you want to progress. Because if you're not going to look good, if you're not progressing your looks, if you're not progressing in your fucking actions, like with the reps you do, are you progressing in how many reps you're doing? If you're not, then bro, there's no progress. Just wasting your time. You're not even looking better, you know. When I was focused on doing calisthenics, I realized that I'm tall, I have long legs. I didn't really care. I was still trying to do handstand push-ups, elbow levels, front levers, all this shit. And I was kind of podgy. I had a lot of fats, visceral fats. My belly was chubby. My arms weren't looking that sharp. I was kind of like a chubby motherfucker, you know. I still had some muscle, but they were under the fats, you know. I didn't like how I looked. So then the holiday came and I was chilling, bro. And then I realized that boxers, they always look hot. Not top tier. All boxers, to be honest. I have my cousin, he's a boxer. His physique is sexy, you know. Good looking physique. And I was like, yo, KSI, big inspiration to boxing, his physique. Anytime KSI transforms, his physique always looks sick, bro. And I watched the video on KSI's transformation. KSI was fast shit. I'm talking about the older one, 2017, when he first started boxing. I believe he boxed Joel and he trained for like 5 months, some 6 months. And yeah, he basically transformed his physique entirely, bro. He went from, you guys know what that you know, comfort, you know, normal lifestyle type physique is. The person doesn't look fat on clothes. But if he takes off his shirt, you're like, yo, this nigga, this guy is out of shape, you know. Yo, and KSI, he'll just be doing all these fucking explosive exercises. Like you do burpees with one leg. At first it was 2 legs and 1 leg. Then you get medicine ball, slamming on the floor, slamming on the wall, slamming up and down, slamming, medicine ball. All these explosive things. And I noticed that box explosive training makes you know, makes your body tight, you know, makes you tight, you know. And then at the same time I was watching Dragon Ball. I don't know if it's the coincidence, I don't know if it was the timing. As I was watching Dragon Ball, I noticed that boxer's physique was really nice, KSI physique was really good, and I was training boxing at the time, hard boxing training. And I just decided that day, I think it was around August or September, I made Kaioken regiments. I made a regimen, I named it Kaioken. I made a video about that. Basically, I will make a video about Kaioken. Basically, I literally watched the video on KSI talking about his boxing, his regiment, the thing that makes him get in shape. I watched that video and just copied exactly what he did. 5Ks 3 times a week and 10K on Sunday. I did 10K on Saturday. And I'll do boxing training 4 times a week, cardio 4 times a week. I'll literally go on the videos KSI trained, KSI and Deji or Leon, yeah. I'll go on those videos and search exactly what they were doing. I'll just write it down. Okay, yes, he does this, he does that. He sprints on treadmill, 1 minute sprints, 1 minute walk, 20 minutes. You increase the time, the pace, the speed of at every minute. I literally copied it down. Made the regiment, called it Kaioken because I loved Dragon Ball at the time. I still love Dragon Ball now. Bro, in 70 days. And I started doing the regimen around September, but I wasn't consistent. Then over time, I changed the regimen a little bit because you know when you make a regimen, things will always pivot. That's just how it is. If you make a regimen, just know that it's going to change a little bit. You're going to make it harder. You're going to make it easier. You're going to make it more efficient with your day. That's just how things are, you know. Then basically, yeah, I started training the Kaioken, bro. Around at the time, I went back to university, and I left my home. Obviously, that's what happens when you go to university. And basically, bro, obviously I hate leaving my home. You know, I hate fucking going to school. And then I consciously transition all that hate and anger and sorrow and fucking sadness. I just said I'm going to get this fucking, I'm going to look like KSI, I'm going to get his physique. 70 days passed by, my physique, bro, I got abs, bro. I always wanted abs since I started planking, you know. Always wanted abs, never got abs, you know. The abs became a little bit more prominent, but I never really had it that I could see, yeah, I have abs, yeah. But bro, I got abs, bro. I'm so proud of myself. Bro, I remember the confident feeling of my clothes, my body, my physique wouldn't even be shrinking, but I was just confident and happy and joyful. Just moving up and down, joyful, you know. I'll be talking to my friends. Yeah, bro, I do Kaioken regimen. Bro, I'll type in the fucking Snapchat group saying Kaioken regimen actually works. I'll send my physique and shit. 4 times a week, cardio, 4 times a week. Weightlifting with my guys, and then bro, holy shit, guy, Kaioken, bro, such a good regimen, bro. 70 days, man. I remember I would get up in the morning by 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. one of them times, and I would go and do my boxing training. Boxing training took like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes sometimes. I had this circuit. I would box 3 minutes rounds for 4 rounds, and I'll do some drills, 8 minutes, 1 more minute drills, defensive drills, attacking drills, combination drills, you know. I still do the boxing training to this day, but like it's two times. It's like push pull legs rest, and boxing training is the rest day. Yeah. the same regimen, yeah. Then the following year, 2024, January, February, March, mid-March. These were the most wasted times of my life, I swear. Like, I completely slowed down. Obviously, when I went, after the 70 days, I traveled to my village. 2023, yeah, 2023. Basically, in 2024, December, yeah, that's after my hurricane. When I went to my village to, just walk around, Christmas celebration and festivals and prayers, I would still work out every day, but I didn't really do much. I'll do 500 squats, 250 lunges, 250 calf freezes. I'll do my 100 push-ups. I'll try and do dips. I don't think I ever did dips that month. And then basically, I came back with the intention of getting wealthy. So I reduced my workout regimen like a fucking dumbass, bro. Never ever reduce your workout regimen. If you work out and it takes 2 hours long every day, if working out is a good thing, if it is a good thing and it takes you 2 hours long, and you think you should reduce the amount of time to work out so that you can increase the amount of time you're productive with another venture, don't ever do that shit ever, bro. Because if you're still going to take another 2 hours or 1 hour fucking around and wasting your life jacking off, that same day, then what is the point of reducing the amount of time you're doing something good? Why? It doesn't make any sense. And that's people, so it's only geeks. They think they're so smart reducing their workout regimen. I'm working out for too long. Nowadays I work out twice a day. Let's say I do a 5k. This is an extreme day. 10k 1 hour. Say that same day I'm doing push. That's an hour 30. That's 2 hours of 30 minutes of working out for that day. That's an extreme day. That's an extreme day. When I do push-pull leg rest. So push-pull leg rest, that's 4 days. Push-pull leg rest. This is 8. This is push-pull leg rest. Push-pull leg rest. There are 7 days a week. So every time you alternate. Sometimes we have 5k, sometimes you have push and 5k on Wednesday. Sometimes you have push on 5k on Wednesday. You have pull and 5k on Wednesday. You know how it is. You know what I'm talking about. There are times where I'll do 500 squats, 250 lunges, 250 coverages, and then I'll still do the 10k that same day, bro. But bro, extreme days now I'm more extreme about it because I came to the epiphany why would you reduce if you waste time? Because everyone is not no one is a robot where you can be as optimal. Focus that. No one is a robot where they are optimal and proficient and efficiently proficient, and they'll start fucking. They have this for this time. They don't waste any time. Everything they do is for a purpose. If you waste some time in your day, why would you reduce the amount of time you're doing a habit that has a purpose? That has a purpose. If you're working on for 3 hours a day and you somehow end up scrolling for 10 minutes a day, you still wasted 10 minutes of the day. Reduce the amount of time it takes to do something good to increase the amount of time it takes to do another thing that is good. Why not just leave it the same and increase the amount of time to do the other thing that is good? And you end up using more time to do productive things. Instead of reducing the amount of times you work out, so you increase the amount of times you can make. What the fuck does that even make? It doesn't even make sense, bro. So that you have more time. So you keep the same time to do stupid shit, Anyway, back to the regimen. Yeah, I went back to doing Kaioken regimen because I felt in my soul I was getting soft. I think it was 17th March, 18th March, sometime like that. I started Kaioken. 80 something days later. For a matter of fact, that same March, was that same month I ran a marathon. My first marathon. I was running with my friend E. I won't say his name, I'll say E instead. And I was like, yo bro, let's run a marathon, yeah. This weekend. I was like, right now, let's go, let's run a marathon. Saturday came, Friday night came. Friday to Saturday, the night of Friday, I slept early, 7 p.m. Woke up at 2 a.m. Ran the 5K all the way to 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Took like 6 hours, 5 hours to run the marathon 5K, bro. Run the marathon, yeah. First marathon wasn't bad, you know. The second one was even harder. I remember what I eat before the marathon. I'll buy a loaf of bread, some drinks, sodas and stuff, you know, and I'll eat it together and sleep. If you didn't know, when you eat a few hours before you run, and if you eat and relax and then run, when you run, you just have a lot of energy to expend. It's crazy. You just expend. You even feel that you can go harder, especially when you're doing longer runs like 10Ks. You feel like you just, bro, your time is better. Everything is just better, you know. Then you just have a sexy time, you know. Eating the day before you run, eating the few hours before you run, eating then resting then running. Not eating and then you walk out and then you're just expending the calories. You retain the calories, right? And then you expend the calories when you run 10Ks, bro. Yeah. That's why I did a marathon. Had energy, drank a lot of water while running the marathon. Didn't have electrolytes and crackers. I didn't calculate any. No, bro. I just ran 42 kilometers. Yeah, but it's very, very bad time. The average person, the average runner, does it in 4 hours. 4 hours, 3 hours. I did it in 5 hours. I don't really care. I'll still run the marathon, man. Yeah. Then while studying Kaioken 2 later, Kaioken 2, few months pass by, physique gets sexy once again, bro. The same day I ran the marathon, I remember I took a picture of my physique. Or the second marathon. This was like 30th of May, 30th of May. Took a picture of my physique and I noticed my physique was mad, bro. And this was because of the Kaioken. You don't run marathon, man, your physique gets good. No, it's the Kaioken, bro. And I knew that my physique was going to get sexy because of how much you work out. The more you attack your body, the faster you get results. The more work you put in to get money, the faster you get the results. The faster you get the results. You can get something fast. There's nothing like quick money, you know. All this quick money shit, it's real because you work very, very hard. You can't do small things, right, and then get big results. You can't do small things. You do small things to get small results. Do a lot of volume to get high volume results too. And I knew my Kaioken regimen would work, and it worked. Bro, 2 times a day, every day, sometimes 3 times a day. Boxing training, cardio, weightlifting, cardio, boxing training, weightlifting. I'll 4 boxing training, cardio, weightlifting, 4 times running, and I'll still train my shoulders individually. So I was just burning a lot of calories. Like I can't control my diet, right? So I was like, yeah, let me just. This was fucking almost a year ago. This is 2024, the summer break, when I noticed that KSIS physique was good, and yeah, basically I was like, if I can't control my diet, right? Like I can't track my calories. I know how to track calories, right? With the food, you weigh the food and you convert the calorie. You know the macronutrients, the oils, the carbs, the protein in the meals, and then you convert it into calories. Like beans, convert the beans into calories. You weigh the beans, convert them. Yeah, basically I couldn't do that. I tried that shit. I literally remember I tried it. 2023 December, November, December, and I bought this weighing scale that measures foods, right? I would get the 7 from the school cafeteria and weigh it. I'll ask ChatGPT I would ask ChatGPT how many grams of white rice, African white rice, how many grams of Nigerian white rice, you know, how many calories are in this many grams of Nigerian white rice. And to say it, I'll do the same for the chicken, I'll do the same for the beans, and I'll weigh it and count the calories and I'll eat it. I've consumed this many calories. bro, it was the most boring thing ever. Oh my god. Shit was boring, fam. Can you imagine, wanting to eat your food and then you wait and you have to wait and everyone will be watching you, bro. Yo. So literally a year later, I was doing Kaioken. A lot of shit can happen in a year, man. A lot of decisions can change, bro. You don't even know where you don't even know where you would be in a year's time. Talk less of 5 years, 10 years. Bro, I literally decided several months after that time, that I would burn more than I eat. That's what I decided to do. And guess what? I did it. Kaioken regimen. If your body is as active as possible, you would burn more than you eat. If you do so much shit and you eat like twice a day, just aim to eat the same amount of times a day. Eat like twice a day, morning and night, and then you burn calories. Best believe you are going to get a physique. You're going to be in a caloric deficit automatically. And then came back home to resume where we were after my second marathon. My second marathon was very hard. Bro, it was so weird because when I was running my marathon at night, because I can't do my marathon in the day because the supervisors will say, go back inside, you're gonna get a stroke from the sun. Just losers, bro. Yeah. Dumb motherfuckers, bro. Talking about if you run under the sun, you get a stroke. What the fuck are you talking about? Stroke? Okay, stroke because I'm running a marathon. Because I'm running, bro. So, bro, the supervisors, there was a time I was running in the day, and the supervisors would call the security to stop me from running. What the fuck, bro? Lucky for him, he did that shit, because I don't know where I would be today. Lucky for me, and I'm grateful for him for calling the guards on me to stop running. But then, yeah, I sidetracked a little. Then to resume where we are today, I took back the Super Saiyan regiment. I forgot to say this. January, February, March 2025, mid-March. I made a regiment, push-pull legs, named the Super Saiyan regiment. Basically, I would try and build muscle. I reduced the amount of time I worked out. I can focus on making money with copywriting. Don't do that shit. Don't ever reduce the amount of time you work out. Never. If you still waste time in the day, why would you reduce the amount of time you're doing something productive? Why? Don't make sense, man. Does it? No. No fucking sense. Jeez. Fuck. Door is open, guy. What the hell? And then I took it back. I'll do push-pull leg rest. I'll run 5Ks, normal 5Ks. But I noticed that my physique, I had abs at the time. I'll see if I can find some pictures. I had abs at the time, but my physique was still lacking. It's not even my physique. I just felt that I wasn't going crazy. I just really liked the I don't know if it was pride. There was an ego that came. There's an ego that comes with when you train very, very hard and you're proud of yourself. You're proud. You feel happy. You're content that you did such hard activities, such as Kaioken, and then you miss it, even though you're not doing. You don't feel as confident. I don't know what it was, but basically, I went back to Kaioken because of I didn't feel like I was going anywhere. I didn't feel cool. I didn't feel useful to myself. I didn't feel pride. I didn't feel proud. But now, basically, I took back the Super Saiyan regiment. Now, push-pull legs, but I run. I increase the volume. I do a lot of exercises for push. I do 100 push-ups, 100 dips, 50 reps for 70 kg, 50 reps for 40 kg, 50 reps for 30 kg. Imagine doing 200 reps or 150 reps for bench. What the hell? Yeah, that's crazy. Separate weights too. And then that same day I did 100 push-ups, and then I'm going to do bench. What the hell? I'm killing myself, bro. Endurance workouts, yeah. And I'm working out more. At the time I'll do push one time a week. Push next week, push. I'll do each muscle group one time a week. It's crazy. I'll still do cardio, but I train the muscle specifically one time a week. Like cardio, like HIIT training. I'll do mountain climbers. I'll do 5 push-ups, 3 pull-ups, 5 push-ups, 3 pull-ups. I'll do that for 5 reps for five times, and then that five times made 1 set. So I'll do that 5 times or 3 times. Sorry. I'll do mountain climber. I'll do plank. Yeah, 4 times a week. Yeah. So my body was always getting, the muscle tension I needed to grow and to become fit for the Kaioken. For the Super Saiyan regimen, this is like right now. I would push-pull legs. I basically do 2 times a week. I train each muscle group 2 times a week at least. Sometimes maybe 3 if the push-pull leg rest. And I do boxing training. I explained the boxing training already. 500 push-ups, 500 squats, 500 lunges, 500 calf raises. I'll do that. And then yeah, that concludes the video. That was my fitness journey. Video is probably long as hell. I don't even know how I can speak for 50 minutes straight or 45 minutes straight or some shit. I looked at the time before I went to fucking touch the door. 50 minutes straight, bro. My hands are going to suffer with the editing, man. I hope I did this well. This is a very nice video. It's been Bontus.